Hey guys, I'm back, and in this video we are going to be making a report. This whole video should help you during the OSCP exam, the second part of the exam, which is the report writing phase. Um, this video is intended to be like a full guide. Like after this video, I don't think you're gonna stress about the exam at all. You're gonna have a good idea of what to do, what not to do, all of that. Um, Me personally, I was like super stressed when doing the report writing phase, and honestly, it turned out much more easier than I expected. So hopefully, at the end of this video, you're not gonna have that anxiety that I had, and you're gonna be able to do it like with ease. So this video, I'm going to be putting it in three parts. The first part is we're going to be doing a box together. I'm going to make sure that the box is not too long. I had to pick a good amount size box. I can't make it like way too short. I wanted more things in the report as well. So I ended up picking Zeno from TryHackMe. Zeno or Zeno, whatever you call it. Um, the second part of this video is going to be me taking screenshots of the commands run and saving it to Obsidian. And this is what I have on Obsidian. Basically, a machine one folder with the screenshot area, the flag, and walkthrough where we write our steps on what we did to compromise user.txt and root.txt. And then the third part is going to be us taking everything that we've done in Obsidian and putting it in the OffSec official template for the OSCP. And yeah, so let's start off with doing the box first. And the reason why I'm doing the box is because it's very important to get a good idea of what we are supposed to do and put inside of, um, you know, the report. It's not going to take long. It should only take 10 to 15 minutes. So um, let's start this. I've ran an all-port scan, 2 ports were open, then I ran each port using SC and SV, and this port, which is 12340, revealed that it's HTTP, so it's a web server. So let's go to this port and see what we get. One two 12340, and we find nothing. So taking this, we are going to run it against FUF. So FUF here, close this, and run this with IC. We just put fuzz here. So we let this run, and I'm going to pause the video until we get our hit because I don't want to make this part of the video too long. Alright, so we got our hit RMS. So going to RMS over here, RMS, we notice the restaurant management system. Putting this into Sursploit, we get this. We can do Sursploit M, and we'll take this part, which is the remote code execution part, and there we go. So running this against Python, we notice that we're getting errors. So we're going to have to change what's inside of the code, and I'm going to fix that right now. This over here, this should be all green, so we're going to do that. This as well, the headers. The print area should be in one line, as well as the proxy should be changed to, let's go here, and let's change this to this. Perfect. So running this with Python 3 and this, we have to have one argument, which is the website. So we're going to do this. Actually, we're not going to do that because that's a different IP. We're going to do this. And it's going to be running, and it says shell uploaded at this location. Going to this location, we can just do cmd equals id to confirm if it works. And it does. Let's go to revshells.com. We write our IP over here, port here, and make sure we URL encode it because we're going to be doing it directly from, the search area. So let's start our netcat listener, sudo netcat. From here we can change cmd and put this, and we get a hit. From here we're going to run we can view executable slash password, and we notice the user Edward. We go into cd temp, and from here we're going to run linp. So we got to go online and find linp. So linp is right over here. Let's download linp. So create a new tab, and let's do move linp over here. Do Python 3m. Perfect. From here we can do curl HTTP, which is our IP 10.6.43.1. Let's linps.sh and output linps.sh. Now this starts hanging for some reason, so we can cancel this. It already says 100% total, so we can cancel this, and we'll also cancel our website or web server or HTTP server. Run this, and let's get our shell again. Go to temp, let's do bash linps.sh. How long is this? It's 6 minutes. Okay. Alright, so going through linps, we have this password over here. We're going to try password reuse using Edward. So we're going to do SSH Edward. Let's change our IP to 10.87.152. Yes, Edward. Seeing this, we have user.txt. We can do who am I, cat, home, Edward, user.txt, and then finally we can do IPA. That's there. So now that we have this running, we notice that you have write privilege over this, and we also notice that we also have the user sbin reboot ability. So we can abuse this by just taking this. Let's do vi and write to this. User bin chmod plus s bin bash. Just gonna double check the write up over here. User bin chmod plus x. Alright. Bin bash. Let's just save this up. And let's run this using sudo. This should get you out of the shell. And I'm going to pause the video and wait till it reboots completely. Alright, so the SSH is now working. It took quite a while. So from here we'll take the password and let's gonna get the fuck out of pins, honestly. Bash suid. Oh, okay, so it's just with p. Bash p, and now we are root. We can do who am I at cat root txt IPA. Alright, ipconfig, maybe that's available. If config, IP should work. It worked last time, no? Let's try IP. Let's see now. IPA, IP, config, and I don't know any ways else how to see IP on Linux. IP address. I don't think it's going to work. It just says IP is not found. So this doesn't work. Nope, it's not going to work. Locate IP. Right then. User bin IP. If config. Well, where is the IP? It worked last time, right? Just checking. Yeah, it worked last time. So I don't think I'm gonna try to find this, but you guys get the point. So we ran this command. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause the video and we're gonna get to the second part, which is the report. Sorry, the note before the notes, right? The walkthrough that we're going to, a brief walkthrough that we're going to create. Okay, so let's get into this. So first of all, what we did was an all port scan. So we're going to take this and just write in the walkthrough all port scan. And let's just paste this in here. Finish that. And let's also take a screenshot of every command that we run. So let's get our snipping tool out, run this. Perfect. Now let's do, also put the screenshots in the screenshot area, run each port with nmaps sc and sv. Now from here we can also just take this, make sure you get the command in, and just put this in here. Let's also take a snip of this. Now, you know how we went to the website and we had issues with it, or it didn't show anything? So we're going to skip that part. We don't really need to put that in our notes, and we can go to, we did directory brute force, or right over here. And we can take that command and it revealed this. Let me just copy this. It's good to have both commands and a screenshot. Sometimes if you forget one of the commands or you forget to save a command or screenshot, same thing, don't worry. Either have the screenshot or command, but the best ideal scenario would be to have both. So right here, search for directories in the website on port 12340. Perfect. Let's just continue moving this here. You don't need to worry about renaming them. I'm going to show you a trick on Obsidian that just directly just shows you which screenshot it is. Yeah, so we can say that this revealed this. We can say restaurant management system. So over here, it was rest. Okay, restaurant management system seems vicious. All right, seems vulnerable. It's also suitable. From here, we can change this. Um, found exploit. We can just change this to R just to make it look nicer. Found exploit. Take a screenshot of this. Better yet, since we changed this, let's go here and just do make it nicer. Also, another tip is that when you complete your exam, don't delete any of your tabs because you're not going to have access to it again. So just keep it there, keep all the tabs running, because if you miss anything, you can always come back to it and use it again. Get remote code execution, and we can just do this. I'm not going to bother with the screenshot for this one. There's no worries with that. From here, edit the script so it works properly. And because we edited the scripts, what we can do is that we can take this on the GitHub page. So let's go here, restaurant management system. We're also going to put a link for this. So let's take this and put a link. Cat this. Let's copy this all the way up to here. Because we edited this whole thing, right? So, or quite some parts of it. We're going to show the edited script, and then at the bottom when we write our report, we're going to be like changed, and then we would just do blah blah and write the points, right? So from here we ran this. So we can just do run the exploit. Let's take a snip of this. And now we can visit the website. Or we can just say openrevshell.com. Open.com, write our IP and port 80 to listen on. And we're going to take a screenshot of this. And we're also going to write note URL encode option is set. Let's put this like that. It's better that we also actually take a screenshot like this to get our IP as well. So get this, remove this, and there we go. Let's put this all into the screenshot folder that we made. Perfect. a good idea is to also copy this and put it into here. So then you can say open a new tab and start Netcat Listener. Open a new tab and start Netcat Listener. Perfect. And then we ran our reverse shell. So and how did we do it again? All the way here. Open link cmd equals. Ideally, you want to complete all your boxes so you can recheck all your commands and all of that. So copy this. Run this to get a reverse shell, and this is actually incorrect because we need to add our okay. Just do HTTP over here. HTTP, and there we go. Run to get our reverse shell. So from this, we can take a screenshot of our connection coming in. So let's do snip connected, and there we go. We can just do this or this, it really doesn't matter. We get connection. From here is let's import linpeas. So linpeas.sh, probably going to want to do cd temp to let them know that we did this. It's important to do all our cd commands and all of this as well. And when we create a new tab, right over here. From this, we will have the link that we used over here. And we can write over here, download linpeas.sh from the link above. You can also take a screenshot of this if you guys want. Move it to our current directory, create a new tab, and move it to our current directory. That's what we did. So we created a new directory over here, and from here we did this command. So move this and run HTTP server on port 80. Alright then. Move, ran this as well. Just remove this, we don't even need this either. Basically, they should be able to replicate your commands, you know, the ones that you do, just a step-by-step way, and then, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Import linpeas.sh. Perfect. After 100 percent has been reached using curl control plus C to escape, because we had an issue where it didn't go, it didn't stop, right? So from here, see how it says address in use? So after we do this, you can say terminate HTTP server running on port 80. That's what we had to do. Perfect. And then from here, start netcat listener. Go to the URL to get a reverse shell. And the one that we went to is going to be the exact same, obviously. If you have time in the exam, you can double check by running each command and see if it actually works. That's what I did, and that's what a lot of other people did. It's best to do that. Let's try to get to the machines quickly and then redo your steps once again to see your notes and everything. And we can just do from here, go to the URL, get a reverse shell, then go to temp directory and run linpeas.sh. So this, we can write cd temp. The more verbose you are, or the more detail, if you have, and if you think that, hey, should I include this or not, right? The answer to that should be include it. Because if you think it's not necessary or anything, you can take it out. But if you're unsure about it, it's best to include it. The more verbose you are, the more better, the less chances you are of making a mistake. So after running this, we found password somewhere. Over here. Linpeas result showed a password and also a file we have write permissions over. Let's try password reuse. We tried password reuse with Edward and it worked. So then we can do this, and it logged us in, so that should be good enough. And then for the flag, for this flag, we can do this. Let's put this here. Get flag. And we can also do this over here one more, just for caution. Now from here, let's edit this. How do we do this? So yeah, we forgot to take a screenshot of the actual things that we did change on the file. So we know that we had to change Where the hell is it, man? Sudo L vi. Let's change file command vi. And it's best to do a before and after one. So I'm actually just going to go straight over here, and we can write, well, we don't have the before picture, but this should also be suffice. So change to the below, and it's best when you give something like this to also add a thing that they could use to actually do this. So we can do cat, and we will also take all of this. Perfect. VI change to the below, blah, blah, blah. It should, yeah, this is going to suffice for sure. You don't have to do it before and after, but that's up to you. And then sudo restart. We don't even have to write that Edward has, or we found that he has. You could add that if you want. Remember, they just got to do it step by step, right? Just got to follow the commands. Wait 5 minutes, then reconnect via SSH. So then when we connect by SSH, we can put this command in. And the next thing that we did was bash /p, is that correct? Yep. And just to confirm that, we can do this over here. Take this and get root flag. Get root flag, and obviously the IP command didn't work, but it's you guys get everything right pretty much. So from here, do this. Let's move this to screenshot, this to screenshot, and this to screenshot. So we pretty much made the walkthrough. Now what comes next is the report area. So give me a second, I'm going to download the official OffSec report for the OSCP, and we're going to add this all into that. Alright, so I got the report up. So the first thing that you're probably going to want to change is your student stuff. Put your email here, put your OSID over here, Certified Professional Exam Report. And going down, there are some things you're going to have to change. Don't bother with this table of content, because if you click over here and you click update table, it will automatically update the whole thing. So you don't have to worry about any of this. Over here, when you're going through it, it's important to skim through all of this and read it properly, because there is going to be some things that you're going to want to change to make it more proper. For example, the objective of this assessment is to perform an internal penetration test against the OffSec lab and network environment. Let's remove lab and OffSec's exam network, like something like this, switch it up. Another area is John Doe. Write your name over here. So Peter Pan, I don't know if it's a 1 T or 2 T's, but you get the point. Change the domain to whatever the domain offset gives over here. So you're gonna have to just skim through this and change specific parts of this, you don't have to change the whole thing, just pick and choose whatever. But you're gonna see John Doe, whatever the guy's name is, quite around here. Change that. You're also going to change the, like John over here, you're going to want to change that. Change the lab areas where it says OffSec lab environments, internal lab system, internal exam systems. So changing these things slightly, and you can keep it the same. So basically, this is pretty much good to go. Let me just read it once. The OffSec Certified Professional Exam Report contains all efforts that are working in order to pass the 6. Certified professional exam. This report should contain all items that were used to pass the overall exam and will be graded as blah, blah, blah. The purpose of this report is to ensure that the student has full understanding of the penetration of the assignment as well as the technical line. Oh, yep, this is perfect. Nothing else to change. So, this one as well, I'll read it. The objective of this assessment is to perform an internal penetration test. The student assessed with following and how you would start from beginning to including over an example page has already been created for you in the latter portion of this document. Alright, so this example area, we don't need this. We can just remove it. You're good to go. Requirements, we can keep it like that. And you get what I'm saying, right? So John, change it to your name, right? So Peter, whatever. Peter, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, if there's anything you want to add, you can add that as well. It's up to you at this point. So you don't make sure you change the exam networks and put your specific IPs. Again, see OffSec Labs. You want to change this to exam environments. So going through each one of these, you just have to change specific things. Make sure it's tailored John as well. Change it to Peter, and so on. Change the exam networks to your IPs, and service and numeric penetration tests, we can leave that, maintaining access. So if you go through OffSec's Discord as well as the Reddit post, you don't actually need maintaining and house cleaning. So you can actually remove all of this. And yeah, so yeah, we removed 3.4. These were 3.4 and the other one was 3.5. If we go back to the table area and we just click on update, we'll see that it doesn't say anymore 3.4 or 3.5. It's been completely removed. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that portion or the table changing that. All you got to worry about is this. So from here, you could change the initial access. Let's remove this to this vulnerability. Vulnerability explanation. You can remove all of this. Vulnerability fix. You can remove this. Severity, always keep it at critical because at the end of the day we are getting an RCE and becoming root. Steps to reproduce. We can remove this, and the port. We can put the IP over here and the ports that we found. So let's go ahead and do that. I also want to remove all of this just to make it all clear. Remember, don't remove any of this initial access area. So let's remove this. I'm actually going to do it while you guys watch. I don't want to pause the video for this portion. We can remove this. And the local.txt file over here, you can just go ahead and remove all of that. Local.txt, and we can remove all of this escalation, remove all of, yeah, just remove everything. Oh my god. Move this, remove this, remove this. This is the Active Directory set, we can leave that as that. And the privilege escalation, or area, we can remove this. So since we have an idea of what we did now and we wrote it into a report, let's go through and see. The first thing that we did was basically we got an RCE through restaurant management system. Okay, we can call this initial access vulnerable website leads to RCE. You can go into more detail. I would say add something else besides this. Vulnerable website version leads to RCE. The website runs remote management system. This I don't know, you would call it software or something. This uh, this system contains a vulnerable um, an RCE exploit publicly available. Alright, vulnerability fix. Obviously fix your grammar and all that, but I'm not going to bother in this video. Writing isn't my thing, so let's just move on. Vulnerability fix. And from here we can just write update websites, update restaurant management system to the latest version. Steps to reproduce. And we can just write restaurant management system has a vulnerable version online which can be exploited and ran to get RCE. Pretty much it. So the IP over here, let's change it to the IP that we've been using. I don't know if it ended. Yeah, it's about to expire. Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to add 1 hour because you never know what's going to happen. So from here, let's go to TCP. We had 22 and we had one more, which is 12340. And that's it. Your nmap scan that we had, let's go over here and go all the way over here, and let's just take this scan over here. Actually, we're going to add both. So I'm going to take this and let's add it like, how are we going to do it? Body, let's do body. And then from here we can just do, this is something that I've learned from somebody else. So I'm going to actually, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but let's remove this. Let's remove this, make it nice and clean. We can do this, and we can just do this, border shading, box shading, this 15%, and there we go. I learned this from another YouTuber. He actually goes through this whole process as well, but the issue is that he does it in his own language, which is Hindi, right? So because of that, I was like, we need something in English for these people, bro. So obviously I could understand that. Like I could follow along even though that's not my language, I can understand it. So that's why I'm making this whole video. I'm adding a bit of my own touch, and I'm actually making it better for the English audience as well. So from here, you can just add take this, add this here, let's put this in body mode. Border and shading, box, shading, 15%. So we're good to go over here. Initial access, RCE through vulnerable management system exposed. So I'm only going to do the RCE portion. I don't think we got to do the privilege escalation because it's going to be the exact same. So I'm probably going to leave this one out. The RCE should be enough for you guys to completely get an idea of what to do. So reran and all for scan. Make sure everything is nice, so all the the font is nice, the size, they're all aligned together. So for example over here, okay, yeah, we don't write anything, but yeah, run all port scan, and we can just take this image. See how we have this image, pasted image over here? We can just click this and go to show in System Explorer, and it'll take us all the way here. These are all the images in the screenshot folder that we created. So we can do this and just do show in System Explorer again, and it will automatically highlight the one image that this is. So we can just copy this and paste it in here. Run these ports using nmaps default scripts and version enumeration. And from here, the next one, just do this, show in System Explorer, and it highlights that. Copy and paste. Now from here, we can just write, make some spaces here, run a directory brute force on the website on port 12340, and we can just run or enter our command. So we can just do this. Where the hell is it? Perfect. Body, because that's the font that we were using. For the coding area, shade 15%, and there we go. And the output, we can just say output, and from here we can just do show, where is it, show, or we can remove output and we can just add this like that. Perfect. RMS, going to RMS directory reveals the system management name called, what the hell is it called? Which has a public exploit. We can find this using search exploit. Obviously write more professionally. This is very, search exploit. This is obviously very, not that professional, but yeah. So search exploit, we can just do this. Show in system, copy, and where the hell is it? Right over here. Let's get the exploit and edit it to run properly. So over here we can write before code editing, after code editing, and then we can just take our whole thing that we edited, copy this. Let's just paste this in here. Changes made include the proxy variable. We added our IP and the directory of the remote, what's it called? Restaurant management system, and fixed lines that were broken or incomplete. I would suggest going in details where you actually put the lines. For example, over here where we fix this, you could just copy this, put this here, the fixed lines. And yeah, I'm not going to go and do all of it, but yeah, you get the point. So we can just put a couple of dots here. Run the exploit. So let's copy this. Run the exploit. A web shell will be uploaded at the URL shown in the output. Let's go to reverseshells.com. I'm probably going to have to link that. So if we go back over here, okay, this is good enough actually. Is set. You might want to actually do click enter here. And there we go. Obviously write more professionally, but I'm just trying to get the point across here. Let's just show, copy, and where the hell is it? Perfect. Run the following, or actually no, create a new tab and run our netcat listener on port 80. Kind of just want to go here and do this. You're probably going to just add this over here. Um, Alright, that's good enough. Let's go to the following website, which is the web shell that will run our reverse shell we got from reverseshells.com. Just copy this. Perfect. We get a connection on our reverse shell. Let's import linpiece. Let's import linpiece.sh. From here we will go to cdtemp and download linpiece.sh from the following link and move it to our current directory, or create a new tab and then move it to our current directory and host an HTTP server on port 80. Let's take this, download link. Obviously add your touches somewhere. But this, I'm making it super generic, man. Show in system. Copy. Paste. Let's get this command. And let's also get this command over here. Go to the temp directory, since we will upload there. Now we do the curl command, just this. Right, import linpeas.sh. Make sure you guys fix your grammar, like don't literally like follow this, like I would change this to a capital L, all these type of things. I would probably put this like this, these type of things. Perfect. Oops, wrong one. What the hell is going on? Let's just alright, that's fine still. Escape. Cancel the HTTP server that was running and rerun netcat listener on port 80 and get a reverse shell once again. Obviously you can make this more clear, this is very unclear. So show in system, copy, perfect. Show in system, perfect. Let's see the next one. Perfect. And just write this over here. Copy this. Now let's, okay, yeah, we already wrote that above. Then go to the temp directory, cd temp, and then run linpeas. Right. Output of linpeas.sh shows, first we'll take this, put it like that. And this shows another password which we can reuse with the user Edward on the system. Perfect. So now we just do SSH, show, copy, paste, and then the flag we'll just put over here. Alright, that is pretty much it. Obviously, you're gonna write it much better. Like I always say this, enter the URL below in Firefox. This will execute or reverse shell connection to our listener. Then go to temp directory and run limpies.sh with a period. Like you understand, like this is like I would have made it like more formal like that. Into the URL below in Firefox, this will execute a reverse shell connection to our listener. Then go to the temp directory and run limpies.sh. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys are less anxious or worried about the report phase. And I feel like you have an idea now of how it should be like. It should be like a copy-paste method. And yeah, try to complete all your boxes before you do the report. And once you finish all your boxes and you still have time left, recheck all your commands again and kind of prepare for the report phase already if you have extra time during the exam. Because you know what? You can like miss a screenshot and you can still get it. For example, we did miss one. You know what I mean? We could have added that as well, which would have been better. For example, this vi execute blah blah this thing that we changed, right? I could have done a before and then an after to show the difference of exactly what we changed. So, but I can't do that. All I could let them know is, hey, copy this whole thing and paste it there. Same thing, but it would have been better if I did a before and after thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go take a shower and see you guys.